Hi, namaste. This is Ali, and this is day 5 of our Winter Solstice Restorative Yoga Immersion, the free 5-day immersion here on YouTube. And in today's practice, we'll be doing a short inversion practice with the legs up the wall. So you'll want to set up your yoga mat and maybe have some pillows and blankets nearby if you'd like to practice Yoga Nidra afterwards. And this will be a short, sweet practice. And if you're not aware of the 5-day immersion, I will post links and details for you to find in the comments and descriptions and at the end of this video. Okay, so here I am with a couple of blankets, yoga mats, and a little eye pillow for blocking out the light, just in case you'd like to practice Yoga Nidra. At the end, a pillow for behind my head, and I've got a bolster here. So we are going to begin by getting into legs up the wall position. So if you haven't done this before, I'm going to demonstrate how to get into this position, but know that some of you will be more comfortable with a folded blanket or a bolster or a pillow or something beneath your hips. So you might like to have one of those items nearby, and you might like to have a pillow nearby to place beneath your head as well once you get into the inversion. So the easiest way to get into legs up the wall position, I find, is to bring my hips up nice and close, scooch my legs and hips up nice and close to this wall, a wall somewhere in your house. And then what I do is lay gently down this way, bring my legs up, and then I press my hand against the wall to kind of scooch myself over into position. So it takes a little bit of maneuvering to get into a comfortable position, and my legs and hips are just a couple of inches from the wall here. So I'm nice and close, but not too close. Now, right away here, you might feel like you need some support beneath your hips. And if that's you, you might take a pillow or a bolster. You can press your feet into the wall and bring a bolster beneath your hips. That feels pretty good. Or a folded blanket. You can also take a folded blanket, place that beneath the hips. You want to get any folds or wrinkles out of the blanket, placing that beneath the hips. So just take a moment, notice if you need anything to support your body here. I like to take a little folded blanket or pillow and place it beneath my head, and then bringing the arms to a comfortable position. So either alongside the body or resting gently on the low belly. Closing the eyes. And then let your feet relax. You might wiggle the toes a little bit. Make sure you've got at least a micro bend in your knees, if not a deeper bend. Come to your breath. You might take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe one more like that. Letting the breath come back to a natural, easy rhythm now. And know that if at any point you feel the urge to release this position in your body, and just listen to your body and come down into Shavasana at your own pace. But if it feels beneficial, if it feels therapeutic, we'll be lingering here, resting back into the support of the earth, heels resting into the support of the wall. Just a gentle encouragement of the breath here, feeling the belly expand, feeling the belly release, and letting your jaw soften, all of the muscles of the face releasing. And then again, if you at any point feel the urge to release this posture, listen to what you need. But if it feels good, we'll explore bending the knees, bringing the soles of the feet onto the wall, and then bringing the soles of the feet to touch and letting the knees open wide. And it might feel good to bring the legs nice and low, or it might feel better to have the legs a little bit higher. Just checking in, noticing what feels good. And then letting the feet touch together and the knees open. If it doesn't feel good in this position, you might also reach for your feet and wrap your hands around the feet so the knees come out to the sides, soles of the feet touch. So either this position, Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, or letting your feet rest down onto the wall. Couple of deep breaths here. And just another couple of breaths here if you can. And then slowly begin to extend one of your legs up the wall. And then bringing the other leg to gently cross over the thigh. So if your right leg is extended up the wall, the left leg will rest on the right thigh with the left knee opening out to the side. So the outer ankle is resting on the thigh. And you might feel to simply rest here with a slight bend in the right knee. Or you can begin to bend your right knee even more, sliding your right foot down the wall, which creates a deeper stretch in the left hip. If the stretch feels a little bit too deep, you can just extend your right leg back up the wall a little bit. So just finding a spot where you find a comfortable, easy stretch in the left side hip. Taking a deep breath or two here. And then letting your leg extend back up the wall, uncrossing the leg, coming over to the other side. So just whatever side you did on the first leg, just switching sides. So for me, I'm extending my left leg up, bending the right knee, letting the right knee open out to the side. I'm going to start to bend the left knee and slide my left foot down the wall, coming to a deeper stretch in my right hip. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And then slowly extending the left leg back up the wall, uncrossing the legs, and just might bend the knees a little bit side to side, sort of wiggling out the legs. And then the option here is to come down into a Shavasana position, Savasana. So if you have your legs up the wall and you have your bolster down to one side, what I'm going to do is bring my pillow over to one side, walk my legs to the other side, coming down into fetal position for a moment. Let me just adjust over into a fetal position for a deep breath or two. And then I'm slowly going to make my way into a supported supine position. So I'm going to bring my bolster beneath my legs. If you've got a bolster or some pillows you can bring beneath your legs, that'd be wonderful. You might take a folded blanket on top of the belly for a little bit of extra weight on the enteric brain in the gut. A nice massage for the bundle of neurons in your belly to bring some weight on top of the body and breathe into the belly, or you can bring the blanket over top of the whole body for warmth. I've got an extra folded blanket so that I can do both. I can have a blanket for warmth and a blanket for weight on my belly. And then I've got an eye pillow. You could use a scarf or an eye pillow, placing that over the eyes to block out the light. And then resting here. You can rest here for several moments. You might pause this video and allow yourself to bask here in stillness. Or you might like to partake in the guidance of some Yoga Nidra here, in which case I will link a couple of options at the end of this video. And I just want to take a quick moment to thank you for joining us in these 5 days. 5 days of restorative yoga and Yoga Nidra for the winter solstice. Just take a moment to notice how you feel here after completing these 5 days of rest, of taking care of yourself, of slowing down. And know that for the next couple of moments there will be some options popping up on the screen for different Yoga Nidra practices that you might like to explore. I'll post some different lengths depending on how much time you have here. And I'll post one specifically for the winter solstice as well. And also in the description and the comments of this video, I will post links if you'd like to sign up for my mini course, the Winter Solstice Restoration, or if you'd like to learn more about our upcoming Moon to Moon Restorative Yoga teacher training online, which will be coming up in the new moon, beginning in the new moon this January. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a lovely rest of your practice. Namaste.